This is the Guy to Georgia Outdoors. Beautiful Friday morning, and here we are on the Canoochee River. Today what we're going to do is try to target those dark holes. The stuff that's shallow doesn't always seem to hold the redbreast and the bluegill and the fish we're after, so we're going to kind of move around and see if we can find those fish. My dad's already went down to one of his spots where he caught them yesterday, but we're going to make a full weekend out of it. I got my brought the lawnmower. My kids are going to be coming this afternoon. We're going to be camping out here till tomorrow. Just a great weekend here on the Canoochee River. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to see if we can put some fish on the stringer. That way we can have a little fish fry. So right now we're going to get our gear on, and we're going to start heading off that way and see if we can catch some fish. My weapon of choice today is the 4'10" B&M rod. I really like this thing, and it's only like 10, 11 bucks. I bought it at Academy. It's 4 foot 10 inches. Paired up with the Omega reel, which is always a awesome combination right there. And we got us a little friend today, neighbor's dog. He's a nice little dog, comes down to visit us all the time. Boy, to me, this spot has some real potential. We're gonna see if we can get a few bites here. That was not necessarily where I wanted to be. I wanted to be a little closer to that cypress tree. We're gonna get right there. It's a little deep hole. There we go. Yeah, it's good and deep right there. There he is right there. Already on the first cast. Nothing big, but that's kind of a little bit more promising. First cast in there. I'm just gonna throw it right there. Let it drift on bottom and hold it. There he is. Getting a little better, but that's what we've been catching all day. There he is. That's a better fish there. I think that's a jackfish. What is that? Catfish. Yeah, I knew that was probably gonna happen. Pretty old catfish. And he will be kept on a day like today. He will be kept. That's a perfect eating size too. People don't like it when you keep a bass, but they don't usually have a problem when you keep a old catfish. All right, we got a treetop, and it looks like we got a little bit of deep water. I'm just saying it looks like it. I don't know for certain. Let's see what we can do. This looks somewhat promising. There he is. There he is. There we go. I think I got one to put on the stringer. That took some serious work to get him out of there. Some serious work, and you see just how dirty my hands are from all these worms. Had to basically cane pole him over there. Okay, we're gonna get back in there. The cool thing about bluegill and many of the other sunfish and panfish species, they hang out in groups. So if you can get one, a lot of times in my experience, you can get a couple of them. And bluegill like a worm. There he is. I got hung like I thought I was. Yeah, broke off. Actually, no. That is why I love these little hooks like that. They're flexible. So instead of hooking and snapping your line, it just kind of opens up, and you can just take your thumb and straighten it back out. This is like finesse fishing at its best right there. You got to get right in those spots. Right there. Right there. Got him. Need another good one, I believe. Look at that bluegill right there, son. Look at that one. That is a stud. I mean an absolute stud. That's my best fish of the day. Look at that. Sorry, my hands are like filthy. But look at that stud. Purple color right there. And caught him in just trashy part of the river. All right, somewhere in that last catch, my battery died, so I'll just show you what we got. We actually just caught this guy. Pretty certain we got that one on video. So catching some studs, and we're catching them just in that little trash pile. So we're gonna get back in here. A bluegill, in my opinion, likes a worm better than a cricket, or really better than anything else. And all we're doing is just pitching it right there in that trash pile, about where that little mini bottle is, and just holding it. And right there, he got it. Look right there. I see him. He's behind a log. Oh, it came off. He was a decent one. I could see him behind the log, and I got sand all in my dang reel. That second or third bluegill I caught was just an absolute stud. All right, let's get back in there. That little bottle's marking the spot for me right there. And you know what? I don't even feel him sometimes. I just see it swimming off, and there he is. Another good one. Look at that. He's a little bit on the smaller side, but I've been one of those moves today for a fish fry, so we're gonna keep him. There he is. There he is. Small guy. Okay, you gotta weed through some of the small ones. And I may have caught most of the big ones out of there. I'll give it a few more attempts. Uh-oh, don't want to do that. That's right there, about lost all my fish. I don't want that to happen. I've had that happen too many times before. There he is. Nothing to him. We're gonna work a big one out of there. Look at that dark color. That's a stump knocker. There he is. There he is. Decent fish. I think we're gonna throw this one back though. We could do better than that. How many fish could possibly be under this one pile of trash? There he is. That feels like a better one. Nope. Nope. Well, Redbreast hidden out in that group. All right, we're gonna try the back side of this hole. There he goes. That's a pretty good fish. That's a real good fish. Look at that one. There we go. That's my first good redbreast of the day. And I was able to save my worm, which is a very good benefit here. But I was just dragging that worm across the bottom. Caught him. Yeah, sometimes depending on the bite, you have to change up your methods. You can't just stick with what you've always done, the way you caught them last time. Sometimes you got to change it up, and that has been today. There he is. Feels pretty good. Okay. I'm okay with that one. And I saved my worm. All right, this hole was good to us. It's really kind of unbelievable how many fish were actually under that treetop. What we've had to do is cover a lot of ground to get to some good water. And we used every one of our worms. We got about 8 or 9 bluegill, catfish. We're gonna go a little bit further. We have some crickets. We're gonna see if we can find at least one more good body of water before we call it a day. But that hole right there produced. I have been fishing the rivers for a long time and came across some sketchy stuff. I've seen a mummified dog hanging from a tree in the middle of the river. I've seen a lawnmower hanging from a rope over the river. And this is the first time I've ever seen one of these. Excuse some of the profanities written on the wall. Looks like someone was making them a schoolie, like a school bus camper conversion type of deal, and stopped somewhere along the way. On worm, on bottom. That's a surprise little catch. That was worth coming back for, wasn't it?
It was.
That's the best eating of all the fish. You can tell from our stringer we had a pretty good day. A combination of shellcracker, bluegill, redbreast, bass, jackfish. So really the whole bunch of stuff. And you pick whichever one's your favorite eat, and you know we got them all. So, well, my last GoPro battery's almost dead, but I hope you enjoyed this video. This is something that me and my dad truly love to do. That last bass added a little bit to the, added sweeten the pot just a little bit. It was a good day. We have a bucket full of fish, had a good time. We've only been out here for about 2-3 hours, and this is just what we enjoy doing. But until the next one, this has been the unofficial, no doubt incomplete guide, Georgia Outdoors.